Hello everyone. Making this video all about owning your expertise and the symptoms, or rather the roots of not owning your expertise as I have come to understand them in working with lots of clients over these past few years. There are many aspects to them, but there's only a few that I want to talk about in this video, and then to see if there are any energy clearings that come up that could support you if you've had a hard time or a challenge owning your expertise, really stepping into your value, knowing the value of your work and what you provide in your industry or for your clients or for your people, then this video is for you. Also, if you've been lacking focus or if you've been procrastinating, this video is for you, specifically around business, around anything to do with sales or marketing or self-promotion, putting yourself out there and being fully seen. That's what this video is all about. And that's what my work is really all about as well. I'm toying with the idea of making my Facebook group, changing the name after all this time from the Clear What's in the Way group to the From Procrastination to Profits group, because I see that as the journey that so many of my clients take all the time. Is they stop procrastinating and then they start making more profits. Not that it's about just profits, it's about making a difference as well. But it's sure nice to, to sign clients and to get to work with clients that you really love and that love you and that get a lot of value out of your work. So one of the pieces of owning your expertise is having an expertise. And I see this so often with my holistic friends and colleagues, that they're not willing to have an expertise. They're not willing to really, if you want to call it niche, niche down into owning something specific. If you become known as the sales maven, you've got to produce results for your with your clients around sales. If you become the healing lower back pain, you've got to produce results. So there's a real hesitation there, and it's an authentic and a real hesitation. We don't want to, boost ourselves up and come from ego and say, oh yeah, I cause that result every time. Because we know as holistic business owners that spirit, God, has a lot to do with, who gets results and who doesn't. It's not all up to us. There are things we can do to really increase the likelihood, but ultimately that person is responsible for their reality. So who are we to pick an expertise? I think that's a big part of the hesitation. It's not actually an unwillingness to get to create a niche. It's actually more about the trust factor. So, but with that, when we have that unwillingness to own an expertise, or the fear of owning an expertise, then that branches off into a whole bunch of places, like not charging what your work is really worth, not having clients that you really love and that love you and that get great results, and then your marketing's all over the place, and then you don't know what the heck to talk about when you do a Facebook Live or when you're making your blog posts. You're grasping. It feels like you're grasping at straws. So, here's the clearing of that one. Woo! I'm just coming up in the energy of the moment. Didn't plan this. Didn't plan the clearing more specifically. The belief or the story that you have no business getting specific on an expertise until it's given to you. Ow. Would you be willing to destroy that at the point of creation? Woo! That's not quite on, but it's close. So yes, we are given our niche. I feel like in my life and in my career, I've just worked with so many people and over time clarified, rather than deciding at the outset what should be my expertise. And I do think that is a great way to do it. But I also had to help steer the ship. It wasn't just surrender the whole time. I also helped to plot the course. So that's one piece, is owning your expertise means you need to have an expertise that you've decided on. And I don't think it's about our StrengthsFinder profile, although I think that's a great tool as well. I don't think it's about any of those personality tests, although they can be great tools. I think it's, unfortunately, it's just the long game. It's the long journey of really doing the work and working with clients, and then seeing, who's attracted to you, who are you attracted to, who gets the best results, and who do you love working with, and who pays you. So that's my unsexy answer. So the next big piece of owning your expertise. So if you've got an expertise or you're on the journey to discovering what it is, creating what it is, the next big piece is knowing that you're good enough. Knowing that you are enough. Whew. Ha. And then, there's no energy on this one for anybody. No, not at all. It's just a lot of energy even from the whole world right now on this one. So this has to do with no longer being responsible for other people. I've got my little list here in front of me. No longer being responsible for other people, clearing the layers of BS, which is not just BS, but it's also belief systems, which I'm sure you've heard before, but it's also beliefs and shoulds or beliefs and shame. Because the layers of BS, those are the guilt blankets, the shame blankets that you have to take off before you can do any work anyways or do any marketing anyways, all that stuff that gets in the way. And getting a handle on your inner critic and the lies that it wants to tell you. So all three of those pieces, all three of those feed into this if you're feeling not good enough. So, you could have a really great expertise and know exactly what you want to do, but if your inner critic's kicking your ass every day, well, it's kind of tough. But also, if you've got a really great handle on your inner critic, but you don't have a clear expertise, you're still going to have doubts because you're not clear on your direction. And then ultimately, the biggest factor to all of this is the layers of BS, the layers of bullshit. This is my work. This is why private clients work with me for the ones that stick around for a long time. It's because they have layers of bullshit. And these are really successful women in business. These are women that are either already six-figure earners or are on track to being six-figure earners soon. They're across industries. They're not just in holistic business. These are very successful women. Some of them own multiple businesses, but they've identified that they have layers of bullshit that get in the way of their next level of owning their expertise, their next level of professionalism, of income, of influence, of making a difference. So it's not just holistic businesses that are trying to break onto the scene. It's very successful established business owners too, but there are layers of BS. So what are some of the, what's one of the layers of BS? And then I would love to see you at the workshop tomorrow night. It's the Own Your Expertise workshop. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to go into everything that I've shared here and much, much more with specific belief clearings. You'll have a time on the hot seat to work with me, and you get a recorded meditation energy clearing. It's going to be fantastic. I would love to see you there. But what's one layer of BS that we can... Okay, we're going with shame. Fun times. Ow. Oh, shame. Owning your expertise. How dare you? Of course, I talk about that all the time. Of course, that's what's coming up right now. How dare you? Who do you think you are? All the ways you've been living in other people's stories about who do you think you are? To have an expertise, to pretend to be an expert, to posture or position yourself. How dare you? Ow. So all the ways you've been living in other people's realities or buying other people's stories about all that. Would you be willing to step out of that at the point of creation? Whoa, okay, fun times. So yes, would love to see you at the workshop tomorrow night. It's $49. I'll post the link below this video. It's 7 p.m. Eastern time. 8 p.m. my time. And yeah, we're going to go into everything I outlined in this video, but much, much deeper, way more belief clearings. You'll get a time in the hot seat, plus a recorded meditation. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Well, I think it's going to be phenomenal. The last two workshops we did in this series, one was imposter syndrome, and one was creating self-confidence, creating even more self-confidence. Those are both really solid. So I've got a great feeling about tomorrow night. I would love to see you there. Yeah. Have an amazing night, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye for now.